What's up, everybody? Welcome to another video in the Ideal Auto Factory. We talk about everything vinyl wrapping, RC drifting, and whatever else we can come up with. Today's video is all about the D-Like RER weight shift hybrid zero. So without further ado, keep God first. Let's get into this video. Keep the matching green lights to the green chassis. Here is the D-Like RER hybrid weight shift Meister, meaning the master of weight shift. And it's a hybrid. I'm pretty sure that's because it is four-wheel drive from its inception, and now it's two-wheel drive with front-wheel drive aspects still in play, just not the dog bones, and basically adapting it to be up to standard with what cars can do today. Now, this particular one, I believe it came out in 2019 or 2021. Not entirely sure on that one, but the platform is from like 2017 and even before that. What's cool about it is it's not necessarily designed to flick and do backies and all this stuff. It's really designed to be a full-on weight shift party. So check this out. Sitting here, really hot. You see, we all know from weight shift videos how I talk about this being, having a lot of front end travel. But let me just show you what we're working with here. What I wanted to do is show you guys just that travel here. So you got, well, you see that? Look at that. You got travel left, right, roll, and up, down. And you may notice this here. What is this? So this is just one of the design aspects from D-Like, and what that basically does up here is weight in this pulley, and it's like a gyroscope to keep the car doing the whole weight shift, like pitch up and down. It makes it do that very nicely while driving. I'll show you that. And also, I just want to point out that this chassis was almost $1,000 when it was brand new. No electronics either. And that's because it's pretty much heavy duty built. It is not a lightweight thing. It is not something that is meant to be even driven inside. It's actually meant to be driven outside, so it can take a beating. Let me show you a normal rod end next to a D-Like rod end. So there you can see a normal rod end, yeah, looks normal. And then, whoa, we got a big boy. That bad boy is beefy. And that's because it's meant to be something that, goes outside, takes a beating. And with taking a beating, you have to do that consistently and enjoy the car as a whole. Let me take you on a tour of the car, and then I'll put it on the ground and we're going to go drive it. Now that we understand what it does, why it does it, and overall the bones of it, here we have all these adjustments here, plenty of places to put things, and then I've idealized it, ideal auto factory style. So in the rear, this stuff used to be up here and this stuff used to be there. I have, of course, put the shocks as far in as I possibly can on a stock respectable D-Like setup here, trying to keep purists happy, but at the same time make it my own. It does a crazy lift and drop, but you put a battery in there, and what? As soon as you put the battery in there, it kind of sits right there. This car loves to have the right weight balance on it. Trust me. Boop. All right. Now, with the shocks being as far in as possible, you already know that means we get a nice little lean left, lean right, and then we get a nice up and down motion. Of course, the camber links, we pushed them in as close as possible as we could. Can't do anything about the arms being closer in because of how this system is designed. You get toe adjustment in the rear by rotating this, and then that in turn gives you a toe in or toe, zero toe. Bevel gear setup in here with an actual drive shaft. You can see it under there. There's the drive shaft right here. This is the drive shaft. And you may wonder, man, you got all that room right there. Where's all your electronics? Well, you saw them. They're up here on the hang upper deck. This is not a stock piece. This is an aftermarket piece. And with weight shift involved, I decided to put the weight as high as possible on this chassis. Instead of hanging it by putting it under there, I put everything above, which makes it really nice to weight shift again. You'll see when I start driving it. This is now an aftermarket piece as well. This whole upper mount piece, I thought about the Travis from the Wrap Up Next platform, but this is made by Metal Garage, a company in Japan. And they made this for the old D-Likes, which didn't have this bulkhead here done a certain way. So I had to cut in there. You can see a little cut right there. Had to make that cut in order to put this on there. And of course, this makes it really custom to me because Metal Garage is for the old version. This is a newer version of the weight shift car, and I've done that. I've also increased caster. So this is not stock caster. This is beyond stock caster. If you look right here, this is the green is supposed to touch the green. That green is supposed to touch the green. Put a spacer in there because I wanted more caster. As you can see, Ackerman is pretty much straight on, and then trying to get more like 2024, 2025 steering Ackerman going here. And you can look, there's our stopping point. So we're not going full 90, but we do get a lot of angle out of these V1 knuckles. There's apparently V2 knuckles that go a little higher and give you more clearance for when you wanna turn there and you start hitting stuff. See that? You start touching stuff. So lo and behold, the car is not meant to just, again, be a YD2. It's not meant to drive that way. It's actually meant to slide, as all four wheels as in unison, and then from there be able to weight shift back and forth. And then there you go. You have a full system. If you look here, this is my custom, full-on custom steering linkage here. Got to get it any way you can when you're getting custom with the upper servo here instead of being down there. Up front, same system. Dampers as close as I possibly can get them to the chassis. And then dual springs. It's starting to be the weight shift way when you're not trying to spend money. I know there's other springs I could buy, but here we have springs inside of springs. No spring perch this time, just trying it out, and boy, is it awesome. It is really awesome to see in action, especially when you free up all the movement here. There is free moving parts. When you take this damper off, this whole system will flop around like it's supposed to and not bind on anything. So it makes it easier for the car to sort of lean and bob and do all the things that it does. So that's pretty much the whole scenario here. I do have it in what I consider project mode complete, project phase complete. There are like mixed matched like parts, I'd say. They got black versus red and things like that. And you can see my spacers red over here. But structurally sound, like everything's, the measurements are there. It's just now I'm letting it go to a new home because I defeated the monster, if you could say, for myself, the final boss, I could say. I did what I didn't think I could do, and I actually got this to weight shift on a slick surface. And then on top of that, like I said before, in the previous videos, I lost to a D-like RER on asphalt or hardball, like parking lot surface in a drift competition, and I always wanted to come back to it and see what it is and the driving style that it has for itself. So with all that being said, it is complete. Project phase is going to a new home, and they can like make it all like amazing to another, even a higher level, or leave it the way it is because like I said, it drives fine. So you're going to watch me drive it for a little bit, and then I'm going to call this video good after we weigh it. So we're going to weigh it, and then we'll be good to go after that. This is what it looks like with the body on and no battery. Watch this. You're all gonna just, your mind's gonna be blown. So watch this. Look at this. So we're slammed, right? Got the wheel clearance there, like barely touching. I mean, I can't go no further down. But let's back out. Look at this. No matter what, it's gonna lift, right? No matter what, it's gonna lift. Watch this. Let me add that battery in there. And I'm just gonna slap it up there, you know? Just gonna put it in there. Now watch that fitment. Watch that beautiful fitment I was able to get out of this Addiction C8. Woo! And as soon as you start driving it, look at it. As soon as you start driving it, the rear just like does this thing where it lifts to about there. And look, it is the perfect fitment. All right, I have the body on. It's as low as it can ever get. Oh, let me check. Nope, not as low as it can get. There it is, low to the ground. Let's see what 0.5 does. We're low to the ground, guys. Alex, this is for you. Woo! All right, I have my mic off now so it doesn't sound weird. Thank you to the viewer who reminded me about that. Let's back it up. And now you guys can see that front end has lifted up. So this is the importance of like how cars are dynamically instead of just static on the bench or the tune table. But you can see this car wants to actually lift up. All right, and we'll go to the other side just to check fitment here. So you got this side. See that little rub? Look at that. It lifts up just slightly. Yeah, it's really awesome, okay? All right, let me get you guys the full view here. So for anybody thinking, oh, it doesn't do much, you can crank this up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then the magic starts to happen there. It's wild how it can lean like it does. So if you look, that rear end is very high compared to what it normally is. And it all just sinks back down. That's another cool feature too. And there we have it. I don't want to drag this video out too long because I know, in a sense, I'll always appreciate what this car has done for me, what it's done for the journey that I've been on as far as RC drifting. This is technically the third RAR that I've owned, and I finally finished, got it to where I liked it, and then also I was able to drive it the way it was supposed to be driven. So let's go ahead and do a weigh-in so we can see what it looks like. Full battery body, and see what the weight distribution is, and then be able to close this video out. All of my scales, they're up and running. Now I'm gonna put the car on the scale. Obviously it's still on because I only got two hands. So I'm gonna straighten it out. Let's do this. Let's do a better, easier way of getting this done with one hand here. Got that side. All right. Let's bring in this side. About halfway on each. Go there. Let's go over here. All right, so we're pretty much in the middle of the scale. I would go crazy, but I'm not. And now let's check the weight. Look at that. 55.45 with a weight of 1,691 grams. Pretty cool. So, yeah, a little left to right imbalance, but 55.45. That is what makes this chassis so different. You could take 40 grams, I think it's out of the front. Get that pulley, and then you take all the gears out, you got a whole separate system on your hands. 60-40 probably. But the way it drives is just really cool with that weight distribution. So there it is. On the scale, weighted, everything's good. And that's gonna do it for today's video. I'm gonna go ahead and get this body, car, everything, the front bumper, the box, all of it shipped out to the new owner. This video has really been special because I finally did it for myself, an accomplishment, and then I hope the new owner enjoys it. And yeah, I'll get feedback on, build quality, the tune, how it drives, because I never really got to take it to a track. And it also just drives so different. It taught me about throttle control and things like that. But nonetheless, thank you all for watching. This has been the D-Like RER Hybrid video. Farewell. Keep God first. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.